Welcome, ladies and gents. We have potential concern for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Paul Rudd and the entire cast is seen filming reshoots for Ant-Man and the Wasp in Quantumania. Now, a few things to consider here. Reshoots are always standard. It's important to just say off the bat, reshoots are always standard. Pickups, etc. It's factored actually into the production runtime. This, however, is very unusual. Reshoots this close to a film's release is very unusual, and I'll include something towards the end which we've heard exclusive basically to the channel. It was on last night's Hcast, courtesy of Paulie of the Latino Slant. Him and Chris Gore of Film Threat has heard something very, very interesting about the reasons for these reshoots. But like I said, it is important just to say off the bat that reshoots are standard. What isn't standard is this close to a film's release. It's really unusual. It's not normal. A film releases in February. For them to be doing reshoots this close, it normally spells trouble. Not, however, reshoots in general. So just a few things to sort of quantify there. Close, unusual. Reshoots in general, no. Length of reshoots is generally always a concern as well for those that want to, take this forward into future reshoot speculation. The length of a reshoot is always the concern as well. If it goes on for too long, they're reshooting substantial elements. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this article from Mail Online. But the cast of Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania was spotted on set in Los Angeles before the film's release in February. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer and Catherine Newton prepared for reshoots of the third Ant-Man film released by Marvel Studios. They were all spotted strolling around the set with possible scripts in their hands and wearing potential costumes for the film. So, I mean, here you see them. That's it. These are the pictures, just to say that they are there. Paul, 53. It's amazing to think he's 53 now. Jesus. Starred in the Marvel film as Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and will reprise his role for the newest installment. He walked around the film set in a blue button-up shirt, casual suit jacket, and jeans. And in his hand was a rolled-up potential script for the scenes being shot. We got the daughter now, Catherine Newton, newcomer, who plays Cassie Lang. Don't know why they swapped it out. Bizarre. But she's in a brunette wig, striped sweater, plaid skirt and tights. Again, Michael Douglas, 78. Great that he's still kicking. Michelle Pfeiffer, 64. They were strolling around as well. So it does look like they are in... they are in costumes. Especially if, Newton, Cassie Lang is wearing the wig. She's not going to be doing that for fun. So, in terms of what we've heard about this, and I'll play the excerpt from last night's Hcast, is that this is actually all down to the end of the film. So this screened to individuals within Marvel, Disney, and the ending of the film wasn't well received because it was too dark. Now that's not me poo-pooing it, because I like a dark film, right? Like I like dark, gritty, etc. So apparently this is because the film was too dark, the ending was too gritty, too dark, and they had to cut it. They had to fix it. It was pretty substantial. So this is essentially what I've heard, what a friend of the channel, Paulie, has heard, is that this is them reshooting the end of the film, which is substantial. It does actually put a lot of pressure on production houses as well, because they'll have to obviously do quite a lot in post for this as well. Even with this being the ending, I'm sure there'll be elements that they have to fix in post. So this is not massive cause for concern. They're fixing something. But it is a shame that, a dark ending wasn't kept for a change. In a Marvel film, it'd be good to have a dark ending, good to have some real stakes. But apparently it didn't test well with individuals within Marvel. So that's important. But there you have it, ladies and gents. I'll play the excerpt from last night's Hcast now.
Could some of that be because they switched places with the Marvels and this film? Because they flipped the two dates? No.
So if that's true, there could be something they had to change in the continuity of the dialogue.
I'm gonna set the record straight on this in a minute when you guys are done.
Oh,
But
just do it
usually
now.
for that, they'll just do a voiceover from behind or something like that. But go ahead.
I mean,
Paulie, let's
it could
hear
also be a product placement, but yeah, go ahead, Paulie.
I did not seek this out, but this is really strange. But because you brought this article up, and I think you said you were when I don't know where my brain was earlier when we were doing.
Well, I think I shared this with Mr. H behind the scenes just recently. Or
when
did
we
you
were
get
doing
that this
pregame,
before?
yeah. But
Yeah.
at a screening of a film I was at last night, we ran into somebody who's in the room, in these rooms. The cut that was done of this movie was really dark, like dark themed. It was really good, really good, and they got notes to change that shit.
Oh, to lighten it up.
Right, so that's what's going on, and that it is not good. He was saying this person, whether it's a he or she,
so that it wasn't tested poorly. It was too dark, and then they need to lighten it up. Is that right?
No. This is
You mean
much
not
more
good?
private as far as the screenings, as far as what this person is a part of. That in house they were just these were the notes, and that's why you're having. And Tom's correct. These are reshoots. They're changing the ending. It's got nothing to do with Marvels. It's got nothing to do with that. It's
Story then.
Right. And I just it's been a whirlwind since last night.
Yeah.
Of all the great things at the screen that I was at, I forgot that this guy was talking in our ear. This person was talking in our ear.
5 weeks. This thing is supposed to be out in 5 weeks.
They did that with Wakanda.
I know.
We saw what happened there.
Yeah.
Well, the Rise of
that
Palpatine is
so
still
cool.
shooting as we speak. You know,
Right.
they should have a final cut anytime now.
Yeah, so that's not good, but that makes sense. You know, again, I said doing additional footage, photography, whatever it may entail, this close to a film's release is never a good sign. There's always cause for at least an ear prick to go, what's going on there? That's a bit odd. So that makes sense if that's what you've heard. I got no reason to specifically doubt that, quite frankly, because this is a very unusual circumstances. Shooting so close to a film's release. And there you go. That is the ins and outs. That's what we've heard. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I will say this as well. Subscribe to the second channel. You'll find it linked in the description box. It's where all the best bits of the Hcast are put. So it's important to subscribe over there. Love to have you there more often. Supporting the channel, supporting what I do here. But thank you so much. Give the video a like and a share. Take care.